Let's continue with reviewing fractions. We're going to look at multiplying fractions and then dividing fractions. When we multiply fractions, we want to multiply the numerators together and multiply the denominators together. So for example, we might have negative 1/3 times 2/5 times 3/4. So we want to multiply all of the numerators together. So negative 1 times 2 times 3, that's going to give us negative 6. And all of that is going to be over 60. Because 3 times 5 times 4 gives us 60. So here's our answer, but it is not in reduced form. We need to make sure that we always simplify our fractions for our final answer. And here we can simplify this fraction by dividing both the numerator and the denominator by 6, because both 6 and 60 are divisible by 6. If we divide negative 6 by 6, we get negative 1. And if we divide 60 by 6, we get 10. So our final answer is negative 10. Let's look at dividing fractions. When we are dividing fractions, and we're dealing with a pair of fractions, right? So one fraction divided by another fraction. We want to flip the second fraction and multiply. Flipping it is also called getting the reciprocal. So we divide fractions one pair at a time. This is different from the multiplication example we just did. So we want to flip the second fraction. So the one that's on the right-hand side, as we'll see in a second. This is also getting the reciprocal. And then multiply our numerators and denominators. So let's do two examples here. Our first example, we have negative 3/4 divided by 1/2. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip our 1/2 or 1/2 and get that reciprocal, and then we're going to multiply. So remember, you can show multiplication by keeping your numbers in brackets and having those brackets touch right up against each other. So here we have negative 3 times 2. That's going to give us negative 6. And we have 4 times 1, which gives us positive 4. Here we need to reduce our fraction. So we are going to divide our numerator and denominator by 2. And our final answer is negative 3/2, or negative 1 1/2. So we can leave answers as either improper fractions or mixed fractions depending on what is being asked of us. Let's do a second example. So let's say we have 5 divided by 2 1/3. What we want to do here is we want to start off by changing our mixed fraction into an improper fraction. And we want to write 5 as 5 over 1. So 2/3 changed into an improper fraction is going to give us 7/3 because we have 2 times 3, which gives us 6, plus 1, which gives us 7. Our next step is to flip the second fraction, get the reciprocal, and then multiply. So we end up with 5 over 1 times 3 over 7. And 5 times 3 gives us 15, and 1 times 7 gives us 7. So we can have our answer as 15/7, or if we want to change it into a mixed fraction, that is going to be 2 and 1/7.